they reduce the mobilization age, lower the service age, young boys will be herded and sent. We saw how they are being caught in the streets like stray dogs. So is this statehood? No, this is clear signs of the loss of statehood. So I think if they reduce the mobilization age, lower the service age, it will not change the situation on the battlefield like it didn't for Hitler's Germany, but it will be one in a series of crimes they commit against their people. It doesn't protect the interests of the Ukrainian people. Such a decision would only protect the decisions of those who give decisions from abroad. That is the only motivation. Young boys will be herded and sent to be slaughtered. We saw how they are being caught in the streets like stray dogs and sent to face the bullets. And now they'll be sending young boys to do that. The minister mentioned the illegitimacy of the Kiev regime, which we're fighting against, and that's one of the things I want to emphasize. We're not fighting against the Ukrainian people, but the neo-Nazi regime in Kiev, which captured the power in 2014 through a coup d'etat. That is the source of their power. And all the troubles of Ukraine today and all Russia's troubles that stem from this began with the bloody anti-constitutional coup. And that is something that is still relevant today, because those people in power there, they commit crimes every day against their own people. This regime is obviously losing the nature of a state. And our priorities include maintaining the stability, strategic security, protecting territorial integrity and sovereignty of our country through the development of our strategic nuclear forces. And we will continue this work, creating new systems. The share of state-of-the-art military equipment in nuclear forces is now 95%, and the basic principles governing the use of such weapons have been updated, as outlined in the updated state nuclear deterrence policy. And once again, so that no one accuses us of nuclear saber-rattling, it is a deterrence policy. Countries are racking up their military expenses, they're deploying their strike groups near our borders. Now there are over 100,000 US troops in Europe, and this is far more than the warranted amount. They're also growing their presence in the Asia-Pacific. The United States is creating new military and political alliances that undermine the established security architecture that had been created over decades. The Oreshnik intermediate range strike complex has been a well-noted innovation. We have used it as a response to the Western long-range weapons being deployed in Ukraine. It was used in a non-nuclear form, and we must ensure a mass production of these complexes to protect ourselves and our allies. They are working on the deployment and redeployment of missile systems in Europe and Asia-Pacific. And we used to have a treaty which regulated these activities, but it has now no longer in force due to the actions of the United States. We have underscored many times that we will not deploy intermediate-range missiles until the United States deploy similar weapons in a region of the world. That was essentially a unilateral obligation undertaken by Russia. But if the United States start deploying such weapons, then any and all such voluntary restrictions will be lifted. And considering the situation, we have to take additional measures to ensure our safety and the safety of our allies.
Don't miss out. Log on to oneindia.com for more updates.